Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Walker. Thanks for tuning in. We're now in day 2 of the government shutdown, and the Trump administration is doing their damnedest to let everyone know it's not their fault. It's solely the Democrats who are to blame. Gosh darn it, if only they would just agree to everything we want them to agree to. They're even engaging in some questionable actions, potentially illegal, definitely unethical, just to push this narrative. In some instances, they are forcing federal workers, some of whom may soon permanently be fired, to create out-of-office memos while they're being furloughed that explicitly list the Democrats of being at fault for the shutdown. Federal websites are including missives that claim that the radical left Congress, that's the words they're using, has now shut the government down. And newsletters to veterans are also chastising Democrats, causing some of these veterans to be very upset about what they're reading. Now, one could easily confuse the Republicans' tantrums against the opposing party to be sitcom-worthy dialogue. Democrats, Democrats, Democrats. It might as well be Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. But it takes two sides to negotiate in a government shutdown, and Republicans just plain aren't doing their part. Rather than discuss some of the demands Democrats are making, which include restoring billions of dollars in cuts to Medicaid, ensuring that tax credits for Obamacare recipients can be restored, and other items, Republicans are engaging in false and blatantly racist attacks against Democrats, including the president childishly sharing deepfake videos to characterize House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, showing him wearing a sombrero and a fake mustache. And he's done it multiple times. Republicans are also trying to deceive Americans into believing that Democrats want to expand health care to undocumented immigrants, which is entirely incorrect. That's just simply not happening. Keep in mind, too, that negotiations are hard to engage in when one party leaves town. That's exactly what House Republicans did earlier this week. They gavelled out of session with no plans to return until next week. Trump previously skipped a sit-down with Democrats, too, earlier this month, instead choosing to go golfing or watch golf instead. Republicans are, in short, bad faith actors when it comes to this negotiating process. Now, government shutdowns are never good things, but if there's one positive aspect to take away from all of this, it's that the American people, at least right now, aren't buying what Trump and the MAGA Republicans are trying to sell. A newly published Washington Post poll showed that 66% of Americans are indeed concerned about this government shutdown. But when it came to who they blamed for it, nearly half, 47%, said Trump and Republicans were to blame, with only 30% saying Democrats should take the heat. Asked specifically about aspects of Obamacare being part of the negotiations, 71% said they would like to see those tax breaks for those on the ACA exchange renewed. Of those respondents, 2/3 of them, representing about half of Americans overall, said Democrats were right to use the shutdown to force Republicans to include the restoration of those tax credits as part of a continuing resolution bill. 24% said they believe Democrats should compromise with Republicans, but keep in mind that doesn't mean that they believe they should totally capitulate to the GOP's way of thinking. Meanwhile, 8% believe Trump and Republicans should compromise with Democrats, and just 21% say Trump and Republicans should continue with their demands for the shutdown to end without any negotiations or compromises. So let's put this another way. 8 in 10 Americans want either the Democrats to get all that they're demanding put in the bill, or for Dems and Republicans to come to a compromise of some kind to pass a continuing resolution. That means that most Americans don't agree with the Trump administration's messaging, that this mess is only Democrats' fault and they need to give up what they're asking for. And they want to see some agreement made, not this our way or the highway mentality that Republicans are pushing. We are living through some very troubling and complicated times. Besides this, there is news today that the Trump administration is running a secret war in the Caribbean without congressional approval against cartels. House Republicans are refusing to seat a newly elected Democrat out of fears she may tip the scales of balance in that chamber toward a vote on the Epstein files being made public. Our top health officials are promoting conspiracy theories about Tylenol somehow being linked to autism, which are completely false. And the president is confusing deepfake videos of himself, seemingly believing that he actually said the words in them and including them in posts on social media. Despite that, it's nice to point out the positives every once in a while, and this poll is one of them. It shows that, despite the claims by Trump and his MAGA allies, people just aren't buying it. They want compromise, not complete obedience to Trump. Let's take a breath right now and just celebrate that fact. I'm Chris Walker. Thanks for listening.